Today I am here with my little Oliver, who is still in his PJs, and because I just can't take them out of him because he's so snuggy in these. And I'm hoping that you can see him. This is the, I'm going to adjust this, just make it a little higher. I don't want me in it. I don't really look that great this morning, and I want to get this video done before my husband comes. Anyway, this, I've been thinking a long time about this. This is answering Mia's Dolls and Fun tag. Well, actually entering her contest for her beautiful little Rosebud reborn, and she made a beautiful qualification, and that was to make a video and share the video with everybody about what you think love is. And we've had a lot, I've seen a lot of beautiful videos on love for mothers, love for children, love for romance, love for husbands, you know, just beautiful collage displays of what love is. And so I could cover all of those too. I've been blessed with a lot of love in my life, and I'm so grateful for it. But today I'm going to do a little different aspect, because I was been thinking about what I was going to do for this for quite a while, and I've been putting off entering because I wanted it to be right. And so I had a lot of things in mind, but then today it just kind of solidified. I'm going to talk about random acts of love and how the influence they give you in your life, and what a blessing they are. And I believe they're blessings from God, that He is looking down upon you, smiling, and He brings you little angels in your life that bless you when you really, really need it. And 30 years ago, when I was 32 years old, I had 5 children. And I was a stay-at-home mom, had a nice little house. Everything was going very, very good. But I developed a limp in my left leg, and it didn't hurt. But people would say, "Why are you limping?" And I really didn't notice the limp, if you can believe that. And my father and mother were out visiting. And my father kept saying, "You need to go to an orthopedic and let's find out what this is." Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I was a busy mom with 5 children, and the oldest was at that time 11 and the youngest 3. And I had 3 in between. So, you know, it wasn't a lot of time to do special things for myself. It wasn't like pressing on my mind. I thought, yeah, I'll get to it. Well, then one day I was forced to get to it. I fell. For no reason whatsoever. I was walking across the kitchen floor and just collapsed. And anyway, long story short, it ended up that I had to go down to UCLA Medical Center to an orthopedic oncologist that specialized in bone cancer, because they found a desmoid bone tumor in my left femur that had eaten up 11 inches of my bone. And I had a sliver that ran along the side that was about as thick as my fingernail there. And that was the only thing between me and absolutely cracking my leg in half with no bone. So they put me in the hospital right away. They did a biopsy, and the Lord really blessed me. And I didn't have bone cancer. I had a very rare disease. It was a benign desmoid bone tumor. And desmoids usually lodge in soft tissues like uteruses, stomachs, all that kind of thing. But in a bone, it's very rare. But they love to eat things, and they just keep on going. And I guess I must have had this bone tumor all my life. Anyway, so they took it. I had the biopsy. I was in the hospital a week, and then I came back home to get my protein levels up and all that, so they could do the major surgery, which they did. And it was right before Christmas time. and I was in the hospital, and the surgery lasted 9 hours. And when I came out, I was confined to my bed. I was in the orthopedic ward, and I had my leg on a contraption that reduces your chance of getting adhesions, and that was going 24/7. And as time went on, they would make it go higher and higher and higher till it was practically a knee bend by the time I went home. Anyway, but the Lord really blessed me again. I was able to sleep on my back, which I never do, and I was able to go to sleep, period. I don't know if I was just trying to escape the whole deal, but I did. I didn't have to have sleeping pills, and that worked out, but I could not get up. I had to have a bedpan, which was very humiliating. So I won't even give you the details about that. But the Lord was very, very mindful of me, and He did. He sent me 2 angels in the way of a roommate. Her name was Leanne, and she had 2 beautiful daughters, a husband, and a cousin that constantly visited her. She was in West LA. I lived 2.5 hours away from my family. The visits that came to me were very random and not often, because people couldn't get down to the hospital. The traffic in LA was so fierce, and trying to get home would take you double the time of getting there. Anyway, so I was alone a lot. I was lonely, and I'd been there days and wanted my hair washed, and so you signed up on the this list to get your hair washed. And so my day was coming on Thursday at 1 o'clock, and they would send a volunteer, a candy striper, who would come by and wash your hair. So I was getting very ready for this. I hadn't had my hair washed in 10 days or so. I took a little sponge bath, but I couldn't get my hair washed. And this is a girl you're talking to that would get in the shower and wash her hair every day. You know, I kept it rather short. Short was, you know, the easy way with children. And I had it cut pretty short, because when I was going in the hospital, I knew these things were going to take place, but I just didn't know how much it would bug me. Anyway, so Leanne's cousin Susie came and was visiting Leanne, and she was there pretty much most of the morning, and we were laughing and talking about me getting my hair washed and how much I was looking forward to it. And then the lady came in. And now, those of you who have had this experience of having your hair washed because you're bedridden know what I'm talking about. Or if you've had the experience of doing this for somebody. It's a contraption that goes behind your head, and it is none too easy to do this. And I think that's why the candy stripers totally don't want to do this. Because she came in and she was very rude and said, "We won't be doing your hair today. Something else has come up," and turned around and left. And I was so disappointed that I just drew the curtain between Leanne and I and Susie, and just laid back and cried, and tried to be very quiet about crying. And about 20 minutes later, I heard all this noise coming into the room, and I thought, what the heck? And my curtain gets drawn, and there's Susie, Leanne's cousin, who really has only known me for a couple of days, and doesn't really know me at all. And she's smiling, and she has gotten Leanne's shampoo and conditioners out of her little closet, because Leanne could get up. And she came around the back, and she washed my hair. And she did not only wash my hair, she gave my head an incredible massage. And she conditioned my hair. And she touched me, which I was really longing for human touch. And she talked to me, and she made me laugh. She never once made me feel like this was a job, or this was an obligation that she had to do, but she really just made me feel like this was such a privilege for her to be able to do this for me. That is love. That is a special kind of human kindness I wish I had more of. She was an angel. She was sent from God. I didn't even, I just laid back and the tears were streaming down my cheeks, and she was saying, "Don't cry." And I'd say, "It just feels good to cry. This is the kindest thing anybody's ever done for me." And she towel dried my hair, and she brushed it out, and she blew dry it. Then she sat me up in my hospital bed, made sure all my pillows were comfortable, and then, cleaned everything up and sat back down on my bed, and we visited for a while. And I'm in awe of this woman. I did not know her. She did not have to do this. And she made me feel, I don't even know how to explain it. I want to cry. And the interesting thing about this beautiful woman was their family. She never missed a day coming to see her cousin. Leanne's family came all the time. And I found out that they were Jewish, and that I was raised with lots of Jewish friends. My best friend is Jewish, and so I know that their families, they have a lot of family, and they really do strive to be close, I believe. And her brother came, and one day her husband came in, and here's the other angel, and he brought me this little present. And I opened it up, and it was a cross-stitch kit. And he thought, "I don't know if you like to cross-stitch, but I kind of thought you might, and this might help you pass the time." And I'm crying again, because these people are reaching out to me and they don't have to. And, they could have just smiled and drawn the curtain and not included me in anything, and I didn't expect it. And, but Leanne, she'd have none of that. She would open up that curtain and share her family and their funny stories with me, and made me feel included, and never made me feel like it was, "Oh gee, here we go. We have to, share with my hospital buddy." No, he brought me that, and I opened up the kit, and it was a cross, a beautiful kind of a Christmas cross. It was Christmas time. And I thought, here he is doing this. Because he knew. Somehow he knew I was a Christian, and thought this would be important to me. And her cousin washed my hair and fixed me up. And Leanne, she talked to me through the night, and we'd talk. She called me. She got out 2 days earlier. She called me to make sure I was doing okay. Those are angels. Ladies, those are random act of love. Not, yes, kindness for sure, but real love for your fellow man, real love for your neighbor. And I am absolutely so grateful that I had that experience. It was a rough go with that leg for quite a while. I still don't walk. I walk okay. I walk right, but I still limp. I have things that have occurred since then, but I have my leg. I was able to raise my children. The Lord really, really blessed me. And the things that I learned from that experience, it's worth all of it. And part of it was knowing the Lord was there with me, and he was mindful of me, and he sent those angels, and I know they will be blessed. They will be blessed in their lives because of what they did. And I have thought about that for 30 years and thought, I need to be more of an angel and more loving. And that's my goal. And so thank you, ladies, for loving me into this community. And thank you very much, Mia, for this opportunity to share that story and this opportunity to be a part of this. So thank you very much, and God bless you. And little Mr. Oliver says bye.